Hey guys, so this is the video guide for 400m 3. Um, so I use Anjo this time. However, let's talk about the fight first. Alright, so this fight is favored to Spirit and Intellect units, and do be reminded that a new myth manifest will be coming in a day or two where it's tailored towards Spirit and Intellect. Although I do not know exactly what are the setup for the myth manifest, but I'm pretty sure that it will be good for this fight. So if you are having some issue clearing it, do wait a few days until you get to that myth manifest. Okay, so but this guide I will not include the discussion about that myth manifest. I maybe will put a session in the video description where I will update it once the myth manifest is released. So I will put some notes there regarding maybe which path or which notes to use in order to tackle this fight. Okay, so let's talk about the stage mechanics. The first one here, allies gain damage dealt 50% against unit of all of the Natural Afflatus. What is Natural Afflatus? Beast, star, mineral, plant. They are Natural Afflatus. Alright. And let us skip this one first. The last one, when entering battle, for each character of the Natural Afflatus on the enemy's field, the Servant of War, which is the boss, gain maximum HP plus 25%. So if you have more, then it's even higher. And now we'll look into the enemies. Okay, so here, when dealing damage to a unit of Natural Afflatus, the damage dealt is considered to be of a stronger Afflatus. So means if you are using a beast unit and the boss attacks you, even though it is spirit, but it will still deal the Afflatus advantage damage, which is I think like 40% more damage. Okay, so on top of that 50% earlier, that's 40%, so that's almost 100% more damage. And when dealing damage to a unit of Primal Afflatus, now Primal is Spirit or Intellect, the damage dealt is considered to be non-stronger Afflatus. So even though this is Spirit, and if you are using Lucy, who is an Intellect unit, this enemy will not do the stronger Afflatus. It will do non-stronger Afflatus damage. So what does this all means? It means that do not bring Natural Afflatus, just bring Primal Afflatus. And then this basically limits a little bit on our selection because we do not have that many we do not have that many Primal Afflatus. Okay, we just have a bunch, especially the 6 stars. So the good news is that, and the bad news is that, Primal Afflatus at the moment, we don't really have a healer. So you might be thinking, how am I supposed to deal with this fight if I do not have a healer? Well, then that is the good news. Because here, the fight at the start of the round, it applies expose status on a random ally for 1 round. Okay, expose, which after actively casting an incantation get 5 stack of Flinch, which damage taken reduction minus 1%, Genesis damage taken plus 1%. So as the fight prolongs, your character will receive more and more damage, which is why some of you have asked me how come at the end the boss can one-shot you. That's because of Flinch, right? So you gotta really be careful, but if you have enough firepower to kill the boss even one died after that, just go for it. Don't stop the fight just because one character died. Because usually that happens when he one shot is maybe like it's just left maybe 10% of his HP. Yeah, because at that point that's when you stack up a lot of Flinch. Alright? But it's nothing much you can do because this is undispellable. So the only thing you can do is try to fight or try to win the fight as fast as possible. But anyway, back to the good news is the boss will apply electric qual on one unit, random, we do not know which one. So please do check your character who has electric qual. And there's another one called infusion tube. So who has infusion tube? So now you check. Okay, so let's say you bring Lucy has electric qual, and then you have Mercuria has infusion tube. The one with electric qual should attack the Dynamo robot. The one with infusion tube should attack the first aid crate. Okay? However, you don't have to actually like kill them. Or if they die, then you don't have to attack them further because they will be gone and they will be resummoned at the start of every round. Okay? So for example, alright, this robot, Dynamo robot, he start with 10 stack of Dynamo. He will pass this Dynamo to the boss if you do not deplete it or you do not kill it. It will pass this Dynamo to the boss. Now if the boss has 30 Dynamo, it will do an ultimate without using its Moxie. So that is very risky. We don't want that to happen. And we want to deplete the stack of Dynamo on the Dynamo robot. How do we do that? We use the character that has electric qual. So if the character that has electric qual attacks the Dynamo robot, it will steal 5 Dynamo from it. If you attack twice, it will steal 10. So at this point, you don't have to do anything because the Dynamo robot will not give the boss any Dynamo. Okay, so let's say now you hit it twice from 5 HP, now it's 3 HP. At the start of next turn, you do some AoE attack, now it's 2, and then you do another AoE, and then now it's 1. So even without attacking it with the character with electric qual, then you do the third attack, Dynamo robot dies. So in that case, it will also not transfer. However, next round, it get revived with 10 Dynamo again, right? So you got to just keep track on how much Dynamo, who have electric qual, and then any extra, you use it to attack the enemy, as in the boss. For the one with first aid crate, is healing, which is why you don't exactly need a healer in the game, in this fight, right? You check again which unit has infusion tube, and then you attack first aid crate. For every attack on first aid crate using the character that has infusion tube, it will give you 2000 HP. And if I'm not mistaken, upon death, it will also heal. Okay, so here it writes, when this unit dies, recover their max HP times 50% HP for the enemy, right? So you heal half of your HP, which is actually really good. So again, if you don't need healing, you don't need to attack it. Sometimes you disable the boss or something, you don't even receive any form of damage. You don't have to waste AP to attack this, you directly attack the boss. But if you need healing, do you know it heals for 2000 every time you hit it with the character with infusion tube, and if it dies, it heals 50% of your HP. Okay? And lastly is this. Alright, regarding the boss again. When entering battle, gain Moxie plus 5. So it will trigger the ultimate. The first ultimate is not that scary because it hasn't gained a lot of stats yet. But if you have a Natural Afflatus, they might get instantly killed. Because usually this ulti is about 50% of your character's HP. That's how hard it hits. Okay, it's 300% relative damage to all enemies. But if it's against natural, it will then dispel their statuses. So again, disadvantage for natural units. And after you attack the Servant of War, the boss, if the HP goes below 70, it will trigger the ultimate. So this is very similar to like Spatodia in 400m-3, where you all hate so much is that every time you pass a threshold, it will use an ultimate. However, for Spatodia, you can like hit several thresholds at once, and only Spatodia will counter at the end of the round. This one will instantly counter. So once you pass the threshold, it attacks you. So if you are doing like a lot of follow-up attacks, passing one threshold, you can attack. Before your second follow-up attack happens, the boss will already attack you. So if you get hit, you might already die. Right? So it's a bit more difficult to manage this one. So the best way is actually to pass the threshold one at a time, so that you don't get bombarded by too many attacks and that end up killing your party. Okay, do it one by one. Pass the threshold one by one. Of course, there are also cheese way to actually do this. I will explain to you in a moment. And here at the end of every 2 rounds, you get the boss get 3 stacks of Unsparing again with Flinch on you, with Unsparing on the boss. Yeah, its damage goes higher and higher as the fight prolongs. Okay, and lastly, about his buff, is a self buff, gain a shield with own max HP for 1 round only, 1 round. And during this time, just don't attack it. It's too much HP. It has like 900,000, and so that shield is like 90,000, which is a lot. So best is just not to attack it this time, this round. Wait until the next round when it loses the shield, and then you hit it. Okay, and also during this time, the boss will get a random bullets, 2 of it. Again, that will just make it hit harder, right? But there's nothing much you can do because you need the boss to trigger it. Only then the stack will reduce, unless you want to bring a character that can dispel. But again, if you're bringing Primal, the only one can dispel is Mercuria, if I'm not mistaken. X can also dispel. So if you bring X, then yes, you can dispel it. Okay? So the strategy against this is not that difficult. This fight is actually one of the easiest compared to all the other 400m. So again, first of all, if you bring Lucy, every time the crate or the dynamo dies, Lucy will trigger the follow-up attack. Okay, so that makes Lucy the best unit that you can use here. However, if you do not have Lucy, then you have to go for some other option. One more good thing about this is this boss only have resistance. It doesn't have immunity, and you can use all sort of crowd control on it, and it will work. Okay, so one of the good character here is actually White Rum. So if you do not have White Rum build up, I suggest you can if you're having problem with this fight. Why White Rum is really good? Because White Rum, if you enter channel, every round it will hit everyone. Okay, a mass attack, you will do it for free. A mass attack and it will hit everyone, although it's not hitting a lot. But in this fight, that's sometimes what we want, because that helps you to kill or hit the Dynamore and the first aid crate without spending AP. So, and every time it does that, it gains a Moxie. So eventually you will get 5 Moxie, you will get access to White Rum's ultimate, and White Rum's ultimate can daze. One of the things that if you need to use daze for, don't simply use it. Use it when you want to pass the threshold. If the enemy is in crowd control status, daze, seal, captivated, petrify, and you pass the threshold from 70% at 70%, 50%, 30%, it will not do an ultimate. And even if Dynamo Robot gives sufficient Dynamo to the boss, it will also not trigger the ultimate. Right here, if the unit have 30 stat of Dynamo, cast an ultimate without consuming Moxie. If it's in the crowd control status, once you get 30 Dynamo, gone. It reset back to 0 without casting any extra ultimate. So with this, you can actually go for the T strategy, which here I use not only just Primal, I have Anjo as well and Voyager. So they are both Natural Afflatus, so which means boss has 50% more HP, but Anjo can captivate it. Voyager can reduce the Moxie, cancelling his ultimate. Voyager has Seal, has Silence, and all that can stop the enemy from acting. Then I have White Rum here, which also I slowly build up to her ultimate and daze the enemy. Okay, so here I'm just going to demo it to you. If you have the Lucy one, it's rather easy. So I'm going to demo it very simply, just a little bit to show you how this works. And then you can watch the full video in the next section of this video. Okay, first you bind to 6. Here, if you want to use Anjo, you really have to cancel the ultimate, because if I do not, there, both die. Okay, I told you it's more than 50% HP to non-primal, and because of that 90% more damage to natural, they will just die. So unless you have, I don't know, maybe I don't even think that portrait can help you at this point. Maybe if you bring some really high defense, or the new myth manifest as something that can help, I do not know. But yeah, best is not to let the enemy attack at all if you're using natural. So here 1, 2, 3, and then I start channeling with White Rum. Okay, so Voyager cancel the ultimate because of Moxie reduction. Okay, boss will get 10 Dynamo because I did not, but now the robot Dynamo dies. So we don't have to worry about the Dynamo this round. Okay, I can do this 1, 2, 3, because that will trigger the Angel Temptation and will captivate the enemy. Right? Don't bother about Anjo's attack flying everywhere. She will have enough damage to deal with it, even with the 50% increase in HP. Right? You can see this 18k, 40k, and the enemy is captivated. So this round, enemy should have resistance to captivate it, so we cannot like captivate it again. So you got to use a different option now to do not let him use this buff. If you do, then you just got to wait one more turn for the shield to disappear, but that is a waste of rounds, especially if you don't have the character like with high resonance and level. You might really want to deal as much damage as you can, so don't let it use the buff as well. And here I'm gonna silence it with Voyager. Okay, so this will silence the enemy. Okay, I use 6 here because 6 does very high single target damage, and my 6 is P4, so it's no brainer for me. But I think even if you have like P06, it's fine. You will do lesser damage. And the run that I did, that I showcased in this video, my 6 barely crit, so it wasn't doing that much enemy, but I still managed to win in 15 round. If I keep critting, I can finish it in 12 round. So if yours is P0 or P1, you should at least also reach maybe 15 or 16 round to clear it. Right? So now the enemy has resistance against Silence and Seal. What I can do is I can use Anjo to captivate it again, which is what I would do. But I just want to show you that you can also use White Rum to daze it. Okay? There is silence. I mean, is dazed. So if you continue to do that, make sure the enemy doesn't attack until the very end of the fight. You can do it. Right, so that's done. Now I'm going to demonstrate a little bit on Lucy's rotation. Lucy.
Battery check.
Okay. One more good character here that you might want to consider is actually Isol, because Isol also have AoE attack. So that would also help killing the Dynamo robot or attacking it to reduce the Dynamo stack and attack the crate to heal back up. Okay. So this one we are not disabling the boss. So we have to check which character has it. So here White Rum have both of them. So I cannot, because White Rum's first attack is not even an attack. Only the second one is. But at least now I'm just transferring 5 Dynamo, not 10 Dynamo. Okay, then the remaining I will attack with Lucy in order to get her ultimate up as fast as possible. Okay, so now we need to heal back up. Right? So what I can do, okay, the crate dies, so it heals us 50%. Now back to this. I can't stop it from buffing if you're using Lucy, so just let it be. Okay, usually for Lucy's run, I don't really bother about the shield. I just attack, but let me play by the rule a bit. Okay, 1, 2. This would reduce it to 0. Who have infusion? Lucy. But I don't want to attack it because my HP is full anyway, so I don't need to. Okay, 5 Dynamo, 0 Dynamo. Okay. Or if I kill it, see? So in this case, technically, if I know I'm going to kill it, I may not necessarily need to waste my AP to attack the Dynamo robot. Right, so here, debuff it first. 1. No. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope I can pass the threshold. Okay. Okay, now boss will attack again, and then it will repeat back the buff, attack, buff. So here I want to set up a bit. Okay, waiting for the shield to disappear on its own. Okay, good. I don't want to pass the threshold now because it has an attack. So if it attacked me with the ultimate and attacked me again with the single target, Mercuria would have died. Right? Okay, this is really risky. So here I wanted to use ultimate when it has the buff. Because ultimate, then it buff, basically there's no second attack. So without the second attack, I don't have to worry about me dying. So this would be the best time. But here I have to heal Mercuria back up, because if I trigger any attack, it will then trigger ultimate and it might kill Mercuria. So here I need to check the one having the infusion tube is Isolt. So I'm gonna out with Isolt. Alright, I'm not gonna attack with Lucy because the... Give me a moment. Okay, because killing the crate and the Dynamo Robot will trigger 2 follow-up attacks from Lucy. If I attack more with Lucy, there's a possibility that I might pass another threshold, triggering another ultimate. And I might die due to that. See? So here, 1. Then I'm going to kill the crate and the robot, and that will help to that will heal me back up. And look. Alright, so I didn't pass the threshold. And here again I will set up okay. Who has the electric wall? Lucy. Again, I do not want to kill the enemy at this time, so I'm just gonna hit it once. Infusion tube is with Mercuria. Okay, and I will just do this. But boss is gonna ultimate anyway, so if I pass this threshold, I'm gonna get double out. Okay, I survive. Now I die. Because the boss trigger. Right? So you see, yeah, that is the problem. Okay? That's all for the video. Right, and thank you for watching.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first? Perfectly understood.
Let's see some hustle.
stars. Please, allow me. Please, listen.
Avast, matey! Fire in the hole!
The moment of silence. The moment of utterance.
Flee, mortals! Feel my dark embrace!
We walk in long nights.
Flee, mortals! Do have a little faith in me, Master.
Send them to Davy Jones's locker!
The moment of
Shall I, Master? Goodbye. For everyone. Take back, I say!
Fire in the hole!
the scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Sweet dreams! Perfectly understood. Perfectly understood.
Time to blow off some cannon smoke!
Keep calm. Flee, mortals! Please, allow me.
Send them to Davy Jones's locker! Fire! 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 Keep an eye on the bot. Time to blow off some cannon smoke!
The moment of utterance.
Shall I, Master?
Ready! Anchor down! Ram the prow! A swift starboard turn!
Stay back, I say!
Fire in the hole!
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Sweet dreams!
The moment of silence.
Perfectly understood. grace. Flee, mortals! Do have a little faith in me, Master. Stars.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
The moment of utterance.
Beating. For everyone. For everyone.
Until the torch is lit.
Stay back, I say!
Send them to Davy Jones's locker.
The moment of silence.
Perfectly understood. Shall I, Master?
Learn from silence.
Feel my dark embrace! Flee, mortals! Keep calm.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Sweet dreams.
Keep an eye on the bottle and old Captain Ann.
The moment of utterance. The moment of silence.
Keep an eye on the bottle and old Captain Ann for me.
The moment of utterance. The moment of silence.
Ready! Anchor down! Ram the prow into that
Learn from
flank!
silence.
Feel my dark embrace!
We walk in long nights.
Flee, mortals!
Time to blow off some can-
Perfectly understood. Shall I, Master? Feel my dark embrace!
Avast matey.
Do have a little faith in me, Master.
Send them to Davy Jones's locker.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Sweet dreams.
The moment of utterance.
Stars. Breathing. Please.
Until the torch is lit.
Flee, mortals!
Fire in the hole!
The moment of silence.
Perfectly understood. Shall I, Master? Feel my dark embrace! Flee, mortals! Keep calm.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Sweet dreams.
Keep an eye on the bottle and old Captain Anne for me. Time to blow off some cannon smoke.
The moment of utterance.
Ready. Anchor down. Ram the prow. A swift starboard turn.
We walk in long nights.
Stay back, I say! Breathing.
Fire in the hole.
The moment of silence.
Perfectly understood. Shall I, Master? Flee, mortals!
Learn from silence.
Stay back, I say! Please, allow me.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Sweet dreams.
The moment of utterance.
Stars.
Learn from silence.